Today we have Ahmed from Revamp, and he has been here before, so he understands the format. And with that, I'm just going to turn it right over to you.
Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate the opportunity and the audience, and it's really one of the important features here is that the friendly critique you get after the presentation, the question, it opens a lot. And um, let's start with a quick introduction. I'm Ahmed Surur from Revamp Consulting. We build software, custom software. So if you have an idea, we build the software for you. Enterprise scale doesn't have to be. We do from the simple e-commerce to CRMs to above. In April, we launched our CRM solutions, which is a SaaS model. So you sign up, you can think of Salesforce, Infusionsoft, down to Zoho and the whole landscape. The market is busy and competitive, but we found something that nobody is doing, and we're attacking this kind of niche. So who knows what CRM, by show of hand? Who's using or used a CRM before? Who used two or more CRMs before? Switched CRMs? Among you, who is willing to try something else, who's not fully satisfied with what you have? 3 out of 4. You're happy with what you have? Okay. So that tells a little bit about the market and how it's still people leaving Salesforce to other solutions, and people are still willing to try new things, even if they're still going on with it. So apparently, you know what CRM is. CRM has two main components and a third optional. The first one is the content management, and this is around collection for the contacts and organizing your contacts. The second piece is sales, and how to track sales activities, and you put notes, and how to set up tasks to follow up so you do not miss a follow-up with your customers. This is pretty much the day-to-day job for the salesperson on the CRM, is putting notes so others in the team would see the notes and respond to the market. If you're a salesperson talking to the customer, you see the history, you know what has been happening. This gives you more insight to put the right message in the right tone, kind of thing. The third bit that's optional, and mostly it comes in a different software, is the marketing. And okay, you take these contacts, you search, you get some that fits certain criteria. You want to send them some emails and then this is called campaign. You get the result, look at it based on who opened the emails, who clicked on it and follow up to the website, who did not open the email. You structure it so you warm your leads, as they call it, based on the response. So it does not, you're not sending an email every day to somebody who did not open your emails, or you kind of adjust the frequency and the tone and the content based on what the customer wants. Automation. So the three areas and activities that I just said, there are so many systems now that are trying to automate that. And automate how you categorize your leads or contacts, and try to find out what to send those contacts. Try to check the result of this and act accordingly. Like for those who open my emails, set a task for my salespersons to follow up. For those, or send the notifications or send a report. So act according to this, not instead of waiting for me to go and pull the information from my campaign. What's the opportunity that we're working on, and what's we found that's still missing? And this comes by pivoting. So we started the first release in April. We had maybe four major releases and a couple of minors. So we update every week as we fix bugs or add more features or tweak things. As we went through the last 5 months, we pivoted in multiple ways. First, to bring the marketing automation forward. So we do it now versus Q1 of next year. And how we do it and how to be different is what, after we found out that there is a way to do it different, we brought it up. And something that the market is needing, which is, so before I touch on what was missing in the market, what's the problem that still exists with the current systems or available? mostly because everything needs to be triggered by a human being. So I launch the marketing campaign, come back 2 days later, and find out what's the result from it, work my brain, and restructure the leads, send them to set up different campaigns, or follow up in a different way. This takes time, and we ended up losing money in our consulting business because we did not follow up in the previous customers, in the right time with the right message. So typically, if you go back and check with the customer, he found out that he needed something in the website that we did work with him before, but he forgot about us. He just found somebody else to do it. And we were late in the game to get that, and we lost the customer. And that's an easy business. That's a lot of money that so many entrepreneurs and startups, because of the lack of time and the tools that get you that, you're pretty much wearing every hat that you can possibly wear in your startup. You're losing the opportunity of the money that you already earned before. That's an easy money compared to acquiring new customers, and everybody knows that in the business. So that's the pain. That's the problem trying to solve is just we're trying to buy you more time, avoid these kind of losing businesses. Solution is that we are automating not just the process of sending the emails and collecting the response and waiting for you to make the decision. We allow you to set up what do you want to happen for those who click the emails. So we came up with what we call a continuous automation. So think of it like the assembly line in a factory, and what the robotic arms did to that assembly line. So you have multiple assembly lines in a factory. You have the robotic arms. If an item is defective, you move it to a different line, or it does not meet, if it meets a certain criteria, you move it to a separate line. And this is continuously working. And this is what we did for the CRM, or that's what we call it a machine, is that you would define your criteria of search. Every day, find me a customer that has birthday today. And for those, take him to this workflow or sequence of tasks. A task may be send an email. A task may be set an alarm for the salesperson, like a task on their calendar so they can follow up, or a notification, or anything that you can do in the system. Anything that you can do, go and click, you can put it as a task in this workflow. From sales activities and marketing activities. Maybe you want to follow up with a different email. So that workflow doesn't have to be one email. You can wait another 2 days and go to another, send an email. And maybe you want to advance for those who clicked or opened the email. Those who did not, you want to move them to a different sequence to send them emails in a different route. So it allows you to react. You set up the rules versus you come in and execute these rules. You set that up and you go for it. We do that in the content management level, so we allow you to save a criteria. So first thing you do as a salesperson going to your CRM is to do a search. Once you do the search, you get a result and you find somebody who is in this organization for this company that I want to talk to or something. So if you do this, we automate it for you. So you put it as a saved search, similar to what you do in Monistar. If you're doing a job search and this is your agent that sends you the update, you save this, and this is how we automate it. What we do with the result is that you can send you an email with these results every day, notify you that somebody actually meeting these criteria today. Like we find a job that meets your criteria. This is kind of the emails you're getting from Monster. So this is the automation we do in that level for that features, the content management, from the collection to the organization. As far as collection, we integrate with more 25 or something. For the sales automation, we create the tasks. What you do with these contacts is you can create sales tags, send notifications, or increase your lead score, update something in the customer data. The continuous concept that I just explained is we're the only one that bringing this to the market. You would find maybe Marketo, which is $1,000 a month for 10,000 emails, that does this for the marketing. Nobody does this for the sales and marketing and contact management. And you can take my word of that. If you find something, let me know, because I went maybe through like 50 of those. We have an integration with e-commerce. We feel that This is a very underlined, everybody has an e-commerce website it comes with a light CRM. We have an integration with Shopify. We have a Shopify app that you can bring your products and orders. So in your CRM, you can do a search based, those who ordered more than $1,000 in last month, do these steps for them. Send in the email, send something to the salesperson to give them a call, thank you personally if you do a big purchase. This is how you take your leads and act accordingly. The events, even the purchases and the order. Part of the sales automation, but social is coming up. This is Q1 of next year. Adding the social listening, we can discuss in the QA what that means for a customer relation management. History, I touched on the milestones. First release was in April. We had like 4 major and a couple of minor. What we're asking for, and I know this is what we do here, we're asking for customers. Try we have a free trial and there is a free plan. Try it, refer us to others. So we're looking for customers, we're looking for investors. If you're willing to give us a boost, this will allow us to get more, reach out more. And also we're looking for a reseller. So if you work with others, recommending solutions, either digital marketing or maybe a strategy, if you recommend our solutions, if you try it, you like it, look at it, you recommend it, there is a reseller program it's residual income lifetime. So you get 20% of what the customer is paying lifetime. I think first year it will be more, but that's what we're looking for. Resellers, investors, and customers. And of course, critique. Thank you so much. Did I go over time?
You did a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I saw on your website that you had some initial customers, or you have some current customers?
Yep. We already have some current customers. Some of them are moved from Salesforce. And this is even before the marketing automation. That was very interesting. Because what were the things that we really kept in mind is to make it simple. You don't need a previous CRM experience to work with our system. We did it for the freelancers. If you're independent, you can have a CRM. But we don't put it as, intuitive design. Everybody's saying that we have intuitive design, but we really felt it for those who moved from Salesforce to us, and they're really happy. We have people, paying customers coming from Salesforce. We have so many that send the free trial, and we didn't even yet market the marketing automation fully. But yeah, if we have time, we can do a demo or something.
In the beginning, when you asked how many people use a CRM and how many people are willing to change, was 3 out of 4. So you gave the example that people are willing to move, but what's the challenge for your company in finding new customers and retaining them then?
We just creating marketing content, like landing pages, something to bring the leads, to be out there when they look for new things, to be in their way, coming up, okay, this is that's something new. Also creating the 1-2 minute video. It's a lot of content that we need to create to make it easy. I don't want somebody to come in and ask more questions and get confused. So this is what we really need. And also waiting for the right time to that thing to be really solid before we go on. So we don't stumble into too much operation that we cannot support. Also the market size is huge. The CRM only, not automation, that marketing automation. In 2013, it was like $23 billion companies are spending on this. Of course, big companies and small companies. It's expected to grow on 15% per year until 2017 for sure. The SaaS piece of it is 40% in 2013, 2014. By 2025, the SaaS portion is expected to be 80% to 85%. And these are kind of Gartner numbers. And these are just the CRM, which is typically the sales and the contact piece, not the marketing piece. Marketing automation considered a different market by itself. I mean, it's a big money, we're bringing this as a strategic goal to have enterprise level services to the entrepreneur and a one-man person. We have been there, we know how to work with Excel and the emails. And also, we tried like 3 or 4 CRMs, and we still find that it's hard. And we are IT, and we end up building a CRM. But It should be intuitive more than that.
You mentioned there was a trial period in getting it set up. How do you integrate it? And is it 30 or 60 or 90 days for the trial period? Something you mentioned.
Yeah, there is a 30-day trial. You go in, sign up, you get a confirmation email, and you're in. You start importing your data. We help you import data if you're, we can import your LinkedIn and other things. There are so many. If you have a MailChimp, you can integrate with MailChimp. You don't have to use our automation. You can use our free plan does not go with integration, but we have that $12 a month. So you do that contact management and sync your list with MailChimp or ActiveCampaign. We have like 4 of the marketing ones that you can use. You don't have to move all the way. So if you don't, you can use ours if you like it. If it's light enough for you, it's not as advanced as them, but if it's light enough for you, you can use it. And there is a free one, you can keep it. It doesn't have with all options, but yeah. Jacob?
Yeah. When do you find that the customers you're onboarding that they don't fully realize what they can do in the platform, and that you have to take their hand and walk them through how to set up? Essentially, you're setting up sales funnels. And so if this happens, do this. If this happens, do that. And do you find that you have to sit there with the customer and say, okay, this is how you can utilize the CRM for your company?
That's what we're trying to have more content to explain this, the scenarios. Also, what we did when you do, you go to the workflows, you create a workflow. There are templates, so that templates what you do. There's something you can do. All our screens, if you're coming for the first time, it has tickets in what you need to do here or what you can do. So if you just sign up and exploring the screens, you have nothing. You would like to import your contact. This is what you do with it, and also for the sequence for the task. So we're trying to give you this information if you do the exploration, or we're trying to be more use case based in our marketing. So we're not telling you, you can do this. I'm giving you a scenario. This is how you want to do it. This is how you set up a marketing campaign, and we show it in 1 minute or 2 minute videos. This is how you open this up for the customer, make it relevant for them. You're right about that. There are so many features in CRMs and automation and integration that they're not aware of. And this is what we depend on our partners and the resellers, because they're already working with customers based on their business nature, how they retain their customers. And this is something you can do pre and post. So
On that end, have you spoken with any e-commerce platforms or web hostings or freelance sites on possibly becoming a partner with them to help integrate with the current customer base?
we have a Shopify app out already. The Shopify app. We did build so many WooCommerce and NoobCommerce websites. So we plan to have plugins for those. Those are open source, and typically there are smaller clients. They would not go to Infusionsoft or Salesforce. So we're bringing new market that's thinking that CRM or automation is way beyond their means. So Shopify is already there. It does not bring it sync the contacts now. So I get your customer to our CRM, so you can work with them this way. What we're working on is to bring your catalog, the products, the orders. So in Revamp CRM, you can search who ordered what, when, and follow up with your customer that did not order this year yet, or exactly. So you enter more data, the purchase data, for the e-commerce into that engine of rules to trigger events. Somebody bought $1,000 order. You need maybe you need to give them a call or something. It depends on your system or your.
Based upon my e-commerce experience, that's something definitely lacking in the industry. All you have to do is compare it to Amazon, right? So Amazon sends you, based upon what you bought, they're doing this already.
That's true.
But the general public doesn't necessarily have access to that technology.
That's true. I mean, we're bringing the data. We try to do the engine as powerful as you can, so you can set up your rules. Also, we'll help customers by having the more common templates. We try to put it there. It's a fine line between having so many features and get you a 747 dashboard while you just need a car. So some customers are, not everybody needs the same. So we're trying to walk this fine line by get you the power machine, but with a simple interface and we're learning as we go with our customer. We hear feedback and we change. Tim?
Can you take an existing Amazon, eBay, e-commerce business and plug it into your deal where with Amazon and eBay, basically you've got people coming to them and looking up and finding you, but you don't have a reach out where you're going out to people and sending them emails? Do you have a way of tying those together?
I didn't look at the Amazon stores yet, but if you have a way to export this information, we import it. Anything that you can put in a spreadsheet, you can import it to the system. The customer that moved from Salesforce, we imported everything, even though we didn't have that import notes and history of tasks.
If you get e-commerce right now, can you help create the deal where you're sending out and making the store more visible and bringing customers to the store?
Your question is working with your existing store in Amazon. It depends on what they're opening up to. If I'm creating a new e-commerce website for you, if you have Shopify, yeah, that with Shopify, yes. We didn't look at Amazon, so I'm not sure how open they are with the APIs that you can do this. Do they have the concept of app or not? So I didn't. But for Shopify, this is the goal. The goal is to be able to mine your data or have access to it in your customer relation management, so you can act accordingly, send emails or ask questions.
I have a question. Can you integrate your software into an existing application so you don't have to kind of go external or export the data out, with the business? So if I'm already doing e-commerce and I want to incorporate your software into it and not worry about developing my own CRM type thing, can it be integrated into it?
You want the CRM features to be in your admin panel?
Yeah, probably.
What CRM do you have? What e-commerce do you have?
We started with some open source code CRM,
Yeah.
which was PHP and SQL stuff,
Mhm.
and based on what I'm seeing here, you've got a lot of advanced features and stuff, and a lot of the tracking stuff that would be wonderful things to keep on. And we're doing 12-month marketing plans.
Yeah.
They send out emails 12 months, in advance, and so there's a lot of confidential information, e-commerce information.
Oh yeah, if you're thinking you want, so that's the what I'm going for. It's not just moving from. If you have the data is sensitive, you do want to put it in the cloud for whatever reason. You want your own premise. We can discuss with you and have your own premise. It will be still a different website. You jumping to another page.
To the customer at a different website,
Customers will not see it. This is for
they'd still think you're getting everything from let's say, my company.
Oh yeah, the email has your names, and the emails is impersonated with you. This is as if you're using Mailchimp. You're putting.
Yeah, it looks like it's coming from me, and the whole software package is within my.
Yeah, it's coming from you. If the reply it comes back to your email, we're sending the email in your behalf. Yeah.
We have time for one more question. Anybody? All right. Yes, Paul.
I know that in the past, I've worked with the CRM. I haven't tried a lot of other CRMs, but I'm aware of them. It seemed like it took a lot of effort for me to build out the CRM that I was working with. Other than having a CVS file to export, does it seem to take a lot of time for people to set up in something like this or other comparable CRMs? Having not tried a lot of them, that's kind of where I'm coming from.
Not really. No CRM will give you the API to use for another CRM. Some of them do, but like for the Salesforce example that we had, the customer exported everything, and we help you onboard too. So that's onboarding. We have the capacity now to help customers to onboard, and we learn from this and edit. So we did not have an ability to import notes or tasks from an existing CRM. We had the contact. Now we went through the experience. We did it to the customer. We did the import for the customer into the database and massaged the data. it's like 3-4 hours job or something. We don't charge for it right now. Typically, others would charge you for it. So we do this because we have the capacity, and what we learn from it is we take this and put in the system. So later on, you want to import your nodes, this is how we do it. You're coming from Salesforce, export it. We know how the format is. And this has changed, so that's why we have a CVS mapper. So to kind of, we help you do this, import the data and messages, and you're up and running maybe in a day. The customer that came from Salesforce has 15,000 contacts and a lot of nodes. They have been working it heavily.
Perfect. Thank you. I think you answered our wrap-up question very concisely with what this community can do for you. So thank you. Thanks for the presentation, and thank you all for being here today.
Thank
Hope
you
to see
for
you
the
next week.
opportunity.
Please
Appreciate
stick around, talk to Ahmed afterwards, ask him more questions,
Sure, and I got the card, so.
connect him to people, and